Hey everybody, welcome to another Quicksave Review with me, RC. A Quicksave Review is basically a Let's Play mixed with a review for a game I'm currently playing, and I'm currently playing Hotshot Racing, which, I gotta say guys, is a really cool racing game. As you can tell from the style of it, it's supposed to kind of, call back to games like Sega Rally and Virtual Racing, forget the exact name of that one. But regardless, that it's got that kind of style to it, flat, boxy, that kind of thing. But I gotta say that this game controls better than either of those games from what I remember playing those in arcades. So yeah, Hotshot Racing is actually might be my favorite part of the game. At least in top 5. This is a game that controls really well. It's got a cool art style. It's got a lot of unique courses in it. And guys, if you are a racing fan of any kind, I think you're going to dig this game. So far, what I played is a 2 different Grand Prix. I played through the Tour and Pro circuit. You can tell there's a lot of good variation in tracks here. You have the Marina, Area 41. You got the Boneyard. You got a Fossil Cave. You got Dino Dash, which we are going to be playing in this video here. I saved it specifically for that. There's a casino level. There's a sea view level. There's a temple ruins. There's a lot of cool levels here. And just like any other racing game, you can play these races in Grand Prix, single race. There's a time trial, of course there is. And there is actually an online setting too. Now, I haven't been able to get a game going in this because this is pre-release. But from what I can tell here, you could jump into a quick race, you could join a game that's already in progress, you could set up rank races, you can host games. So if you want to play this online with friends, you want to find random games, it's all going to be there for you, which is great. Let's jump right into a level here. I actually already have it set up with the level that I want, which is Dino Dash, but I just want to show you guys how this all works. If you want to pick one on the coast, for example, you can actually set it to mirrored if you want. So you're going to be playing a completely different track. For those of you who are fans of, oh no, we do not want Heated Highway. For those of you who are fans of like Mario Kart, for instance, what's really cool about that is that you guys all know that the mirror tracks unlock whenever you finish all the cups in a Mario game. And then when you're playing mirrored mode, it's like it's playing the same track, but it's like a completely new track because you're teaching your brain to go the other way. Again, like I said, for racing fans, that is kind of a big deal. Where was Dino Dash? Here we go. We're going to just play the normal one because I have not played this yet. We're going to do 3 lap count, game mode, arcade, normal. We'll do all the normal stuff here. And in this game, your characters to pick from are all different characters from different walks of life. I have so far played as Victor, and I played as Alexa, but I wanted to play as Marcus this time because he's got this awesome, cool suit that he wears here. Every character has basically 4 cars that you can pick from, which is pretty cool. And all of them vary too. You can see here that they all have different settings. I feel like I raced really well with Victor. I felt like his balanced car had the best feel to it. But we're going to give Marcus a try here too. Because every car and every character has unlocks and things that you can achieve with them, which I think is really cool. And that might be one of the only things I think this game needs more explanation on, is some of those unlocks, but we will get into that in just a second here. Here we go. So the way to get the boost on these races is you want to try to get into the yellow before you start. There we go, we got the boost. I have not quite mastered that yet, so I got very lucky there. Alright. Oh yeah, they fashioned this just like Jurassic Park, check that out. Alright, so look at that, Stegosaurus. By the way, for those who want to keep track of the things I like, Stegosaurus, my favorite dinosaur. Man, you got the Tyrannosaurus Rex and everything. This is by far my favorite track already. Anything with dinosaurs, really. Alright, we hit the checkpoint. You can tell, just like in old Sega Rally games, we do have the countdown. You hit 30, but it will dive down. There is a boost mechanic after we get out of this drift here. That was a nice long drift. There we go. We got a boost. The boost is in the bottom right. Basically, through slipstreaming behind cars and through drifting, you gain segments of boost, which I think is actually a really good system. You can store up to 4 boosts, and you cannot just like pelt them. You can't just like use them one after the other. You got to wait for one to end so you can use the other one. So you're not going to be, wasting your boost, which is kind of nice. But I like that you can kind of stockpile it up, too. I also like that the game gives you sort of... Oh, geez, I do terrible at this part right here. I'm going to have to practice this one. But I like that the game also has an audio cue to let you know that you've got a boost. There's like a little bing. You might hear it in a second here when I get one. That's a checkpoint bing. Here's the... There's the boost bing. I like that it does that because if you're too busy paying attention to the race itself, you could just like know that you got one in storage, which I really, really dig. So yeah, I think that's a great system. I think it's nice because it makes you achieve boost, it makes you have to work for it, but at the same time, it doesn't make you work too hard to get it. And when you get it, it is super helpful. Also, the music's very reminiscent of an old Sega Rally game, which I like. Love that they put in the old school cheesy announcer. Gotta love those low poly dinosaurs, low poly T-Rex just roaring at us right there. Game also runs great on my system here on Steam. I have had no hiccups with it whatsoever, no crashes, no nothing. Game just runs great. No problem with it whatsoever. Okay, we're almost there. We're nearing... We're going to save our boost for this home stretch here. Hey, I'll just look back at our... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. So we just gained a whole bunch of money. We are at 100,000 exactly. But you can see here on this screen here, what you're getting is the unlocks for playing as Marcus and driving in the Vector here. So basically it's like we drifted 20 times in the Vector in a single race, boom, we get the unlock. That gives you money and it gives you a spoiler. Here, drifted for 5 seconds in one go in the Vector. You know, one drift, we got over 5 seconds. We got a new palette for the vehicle. So you can apply those things when you're picking the car, which is pretty cool, and I dig that. Let's see. You know, you have all these other things you need to run up to, too. One was boost 10 times in a single race. I was one away, so I almost got that one as well. So, of course, you can go and watch a replay if you so choose, which I think is cool. People will be throwing those in each other's faces, you know, friends playing this online together, which I think is pretty fun. So, this is my one thing with the game, is that they don't really have a real good way to keep track of what you've done for every character, if that makes sense. So like, if you go to vehicles and go to, let's see, the first character I played as was Alexa here. So we had her car, the Stallion, which is what I played as. You can see here that you can unlock other skins, and it does tell you what you need to do to get to it. But I just wish that there was like kind of like a better system for seeing what exactly you had to do. That is to say, like, when you select the car at the very beginning, let's say like you jump out, you go to single race, and when you go through here and you're picking your car and everything, even in Grand Prix, let me get to the situation here. So let's say, you know, you pick your character, and you pick your car. I wish it had like a little list of the things you had to do with that car, so that way you knew, you know, what had to be done and what. So, I mean, they do keep track of it in the game, which is nice. They do keep track of it, but it just feels like too many clicks to get to it, if that makes sense. Like, they should put it much more in the forefront, more in your face, right? Because otherwise it's like, okay, I have to go to the race shop, I have to go to vehicles, I have to find which character it is by hitting the bumpers. It's like, oh, there's Victor. Okay, I want to look at this car. Now I have to go down to the skin. Okay, what do I got to do to get the other skin? It's like there's so many clicks and things. You got to really dig down deep to get to it. I wish that was a little bit more like in your face, you know? Other than that, though, that's really my only big complaint with the game, because everything else I'm really, really enjoying. So we are actually going to buy some stuff here. So let's buy this skin for the car now. Boom, there we go. We got a new palette as well, so what did we get? We got that one. That's a cool color. Oh, I like the blue and orange one actually even more. I'll put that one on. So as you can see here, I mean, there's a lot of different ways to make your car look a bit different. You know, it's not going to look like crazy different, but it is going to look a bit different. There we go. You get the different wheels here, which is kind of fun. Different skirts. There you have it. Characters. You can unlock... We go back to Victor here, just to keep consistent. You can unlock different suits, which this one is just ridiculous. This is, I guess, the Captain America Speed Racer type suit here. I feel like we gotta get that just to have it. And by the way, Victor is from Russia, if you couldn't tell. He constantly talks about how he's from Russia and how Russia is awesome and the best, which I think is really funny. So as I said, I'm not a fan of the way that stuff, you have to like find it and you know, figure out what exactly you have to do with what car and everything like that, how far you have to go deep into the menu to find it. However, I like that they added the system in. I think that the system itself is really, really cool. Guys, we're going to jump into, let's see, what haven't we played yet? I want to find one I haven't played yet that looks interesting. I did the Boneyard. Let's do the casino one. That seems pretty cool. Yeah, we'll stick with Victor here. We'll drive our new vehicle. Victor, very intimidating. Very intimidating. Actually, it's got a pretty cool look to it. You got the desert and rocks and everything in the background. Alright, let's see if we can get our boost this time. Yeah, managed to get it. Not too shabby. We can get better at it. Wait till you see a Russian casino. Of course. One of the other things I haven't touched on yet, and you may have seen it in the attract mode when we first started the game, is that there are different viewpoints for the game. So you can race in the cockpit. I never do because I'm terrible with it. You could even race like this if you so choose. You have different point of views from behind the car. I usually go with the second one so I can see a little bit more of the racetrack myself. Do a little bit more drifting here. Oh, there was a little bit of hitching there. It's the first hitching that I've seen in the game so far. I was going on about how, like, yeah, everything runs good. I haven't had any issues. That was a little bit of hiccup right there. A little bit of hiccup. Keep in mind, though, I am playing a pre-release build. This is before the game comes out, so I'm sure much of this will be ironed out. As this game is a very, very polished and high-quality game, I gotta say. Like, when I saw Hotshot Racing, I was kind of like, like, kind of a generic title. You know, is this going to actually be cool? You know, I wasn't really sure what we were going to get. But once I got into it, I was just like, oh yeah, they spent some time making this a good racing game. And what makes it fun is just like the control. The control itself just feels really, really good. And I guess it's, you know, one of those other things too. Like, you guys look at Sumo Digital. They have come out with a lot of good games over the years. Like, I feel like they're one of the more underrated developers out there. Because, you know, they've actually created one of my favorite games, which is Snake Pass. Recently played through that again last year on Xbox Game Pass. And that team has made some really good games. Like, it's just, it boggles the mind that people don't consider, you know, talk about them a bit more in regards to, like, what they've created and everything like that. But anyway, side note, regardless, Hotshot's Racing, great. Really, really digging it and having a great time with it. And I think anybody out there who is a racing fan, especially of old school racers, I think you are going to have a grand old time. Because this definitely took me back to, when it mentioned Sega Rally, it definitely took me back to sitting in one of those Sega Rally seats, you know, at the arcade, and basically crashing all over the place and letting the machine eat my quarter because I was terrible at it. Absolutely terrible. That was a nice touch at the end there. Winner! There we go. Even more stuff that we can buy more stuff with. Even more money we can buy buy stuff with. Man, money we could buy money with? What am I talking about? Either way, guys, Hotshot Racing. Great. Really dig it. Racing fans, I think you're going to love it. Especially arcade racing fans. You're like in heaven with this one, I think. Love the art style. The throwback art style really works here because it's not just like another game that like, you know, is style over substance. There is substance here. The characters all have personalities. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention too, I finished 2 Grand Prix with 2 different characters. And when you finish a Grand Prix, your character actually has story. You have no idea who you're playing with. And then at the end, they like tell you a little bit about the character you were playing with and what they did after they won or lost the Grand Prix, which I thought was really, really cool. But yeah, guys, this is really good. Like I said, check it out on Steam right now. It has the early discount. So if this looks cool to you, get in on that. Otherwise, I think it's even worth the $20 for what you're getting here because so many racing games come out that claim to be good, and you know I've reviewed a few on this channel in the past that looked like they were going to be good, and they just were like, mediocre at best. But this one, very much worth your time. But guys, I just want to say thank you for watching, and of course, I'll see you all next time.